I would go into work, clocking in construction, and be basically dead. But as soon as I started winning here in London, I knew that it was just a matter of time for me to be able to quit my 9 to 5. So you want to become a full-time trader. And I don't blame you, because thanks to trading, I've made over 8 figures in profits in the last 3 years. And not only that, I've been able to help the people around me, my mom, my dad, my sister, and everybody that's really close to me. And I've also been able to achieve financial freedom, all thanks to trading. This video is for the people that have a full-time job and that think that because of that you haven't been able to become a profitable trader. And I'm here to tell you that that's okay. But by the end of this video, I'm gonna give you all the solutions, everything that I learned when I was trying to juggle a full-time job, a 9 to 5. And really, it wasn't even a 9 to 5, it was a construction job, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But thanks to that, I was able to learn all the tricks that I'm about to tell you. And if you're liking that, all I ask you to do is hit the sub, hit the like, leave a comment. But without further ado, let's get right into how you're going to tackle these markets every single day with a full-time job. No excuses. First of all, you need to shift your mindset. When it comes to trading, this is like no other business. The less you do, the more. It means that you don't have to be in every single session. Let's say for some reason, you have a job that starts at 9 in the morning. So you cannot be there for New York session. And then guess what? As soon as you're off of work at 5 p.m., you're gonna trade Asia session. And yes, it's going to be hard, you're gonna be tired, but it's really about how hard you want it. And you not only have Asia session, you can also trade London. Yes, you might have a lot of sleepless nights, but going back to it, you have to ask yourself, how bad do I really want it? And all you need to do to know if your trading style or your strategy are fitted to trade Asia session or London session is backtesting journal. And then you can tweak things in your strategy to make sure that you can trade the pairs that have the most amount of volume in those times. For an example, instead of trading Euro USD, because most of the volume of that happens in London, which is really late at night for you, and also in New York session, which is just not possible for you because you're clocked in at work, you could trade USD JPY, which has the most amount of volume during Asia session, which is when you are off work. And that goes for everything. Basically, all the XXX JPY pairs, you can go ahead and trade them. And yes, they have a lot of volume. I've made over 6 figures trading just those pairs alone. So instead of sitting there and thinking, I don't have enough time to trade, I can only trade New York session, I can only trade futures, the NASDAQ and all that, switch it up and trade Asia session. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but if your system tells you that you have to trade London session because that's the most profitable session for you, then you have to do it. That's just the way it goes. But you're gonna have to make some sacrifices, which is the same thing I did when I first started. I didn't have enough time. I couldn't even trade Asia session, so I had to trade London session. So I would barely sleep. I would go into work, clocking in construction, and be basically dead. But as soon as I started winning, I knew that it was just a matter of time for me to be able to quit my 9 to 5, which was fueling my funded account and fueling my personal account. And that was enough motivation. So trade the sessions that you are able to trade. Number 2, use the right time frames. Really know what kind of trader you want to be, at least at the beginning. Like I said, you're gonna have to sacrifice some things. So maybe you can't go ahead and learn the strategy from a person, a mentor that's entering in the 1 minute. Or you can also tweak that same strategy, and instead of entering in the 1 minute, you can do the exact same thing, but enter in the 4 hours. That makes it so, let's say for some reason you just want to trade New York and you want to trade futures, which is the only time that you can really trade the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, that's where most of the volume happens, then you're gonna be able to most likely just set some orders and boom, switch up your trading style so that it can happen. Because as of right now, what's most likely happening is that you're missing a bunch of trades because they happen like this all day long during New York session. You're missing them. You try to go to the bathroom and you just can't take them. So guess what? Find a strategy, tweak your system so that all you need to do is find confluences in higher time frames and just put limit orders or stop orders and you'll be just fine. I've done it before. It works just fine. One of my best friends, that's all he does. He trades the daily. He gets 3 to 4 trades every single month, makes over 50,000 a month, and all he does is sell limit orders inside of S&Ds in the daily, and he gets off the screen. That's completely it. He sets his take profit, his stop loss, and that's what you're gonna have to do. I know that doesn't sound the most interesting, the most fun, but at the end of the day, you're here to make money, not to play around and have fun. This is a serious way of making money, so respect it. If you can't trade the 1 minute because you're at work and you want to trade New York session, then go ahead and tweak it, use higher time frames. Now for number 3, I'm gonna go over how I was able to raise capital when I didn't have any, because there's gonna be a lot of you that are just going on about this thinking that you don't have enough money to start trading because your job doesn't pay you well enough, or maybe you don't have a job. So if you don't, and you want to start trading, you have to go get a 9 to 5. As bad as it sounds, that's just the reality of your situation. If you already have a job, then you have two options. But the only way that these two happen is if you save as much money as possible. There's no more going out and partying, no more girlfriends, nothing. It's just the essentials, the rent or whatever. If you're at your parents' house, then don't move out, stay there, because you don't have to pay for rent there, you don't have to pay for food, you don't even really have to worry about cooking, and the focus is going to be saving as much money. Option number one, if you have a job, is gonna be to be trading your own account. Now, you're not gonna go ahead and do that right away with just $1,000. No. A lot of these gurus are gonna tell you, yeah, open up an account with $1,000 or demo trading. No. What you're going to do is learn a strategy first of all, and then you're going to backtest and journal at least 500 trades. Now, what this going to do is that you're not only learning and mastering the strategy without losing a bunch of your hard-earned money, but you're also saving up as you do all this. And mastering a strategy is not gonna take you a month. It's probably gonna take you 2 to 3 months. After that, the journaling and backtesting all those trades, especially with a job, and trust me, I did this, so I know how long it takes. It's going to take you at least 4 to 5 months. And yes, I know it doesn't sound the best, but this is a patience game. You're literally learning a skill that's going to retire you and make it so that you never have to worry about money again. You're literally making money appear out of thin air. So I'm gonna say it again, respect it. And I'm gonna ask you to subscribe because a lot of you are not subscribing. And also hit the like. And if you're liking this and you think I'd be a good teacher to you, I teach hundreds of people every single month for completely free. All you have to do is check the first link down below. I have a full 5-hour course that shows you my full strategy. But let's go back into what I was talking about. So for those 6 months, you're gonna be at least trying to save half of your paycheck. And by the end of the 6 months, you should have around $10,000. And if you're gonna be trading your own personal account, that's gonna be enough. If you're risking 1%, it should be around $100, and you should be set to just make your money. And after 2-3 months of compounding that same $8,000 to $10,000, you should be able to quit your job because you have enough income from trading. Now, option 2 for the people that have a job is going to be funded accounts. You're still gonna have to go ahead and master the strategy, backtest, and journal. But instead of saving up all that money to trade with your own capital, you're gonna buy a funded account. And if you don't know what funded accounts is, it's basically a service that you give them $100 to $500, and they give you a test where you have to gain a certain amount on an account without losing a certain amount, because if you lose it, you're gonna lose the evaluation. And if you pass the evaluation, they give you a certain amount of capital, which could be 25,000, 50,000, 100,000. Now, once you pass it and you get this account, that's not it. You also have the same rules to not lose it. You can still lose the account, but the money that you make, usually you'll keep around 50 to 75%. And the remaining percentage goes to the prop firm that gave you the account. And that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go ahead and flip them and keep on getting withdrawals from those funded accounts to fuel your main account. You know, the end goal is to trade your own capital. So you can take either of those routes, but just make sure that you save up your money, because if you have no money, trading is not going to work. If you got all the way here, I congratulate you. You're part of the 1%. Have some patience, my brother. You're going to make it. You're going to make it. I do these videos for completely free because I was there where you were before. And this is not an ad. This is nothing. I'm about to just tell you, good luck. Have some patience and it'll happen. It took me 2 years to get it all down and to even make a dime off of trading. So if I can wait for 2 years while I was working a construction job, you can also do it too. Now, last but not least, learn while you're at work. And I know you can do this because I did it while working construction. While I was shoveling, I had my AirPods in and I was listening and learning from my mentor, listening to the course, joining his daily live trading streams. Everything was about trading. No matter if I was off work or when I was at work, I was locked into trading. While I was off work, I'd be backtesting and journaling. While I was at work, I was rewatching the courses, rewatching YouTube content about trading. I never stopped. I'm a firm believer that if anyone in this world can do something, then you and I can also do it. And if you can't have an AirPod while you're at work, then do it on your lunch break. Do it on your 15-minute break. Anytime that you have off work while you're at work, make it about trading. Make your life about trading. And I promise you, in 6 months to a year, depending on your mentor, you will become profitable. I have seen it. I've taught thousands and thousands of people over the years. And let me tell you, 100% of them had a full-time job. And I'm here to tell you that it's going to work as long as you make everything that is not work-related trading. Journal, backtest, find a strategy that suits you, and do everything else I said in this list. And I promise you, you will become profitable. But that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Instagram, Pau. DM me there if you have any trading questions. I'm there all day, every day answering, and also posting videos there and posting stories. If you want to join my live trading for this video only, I'm gonna give it to you guys for 50% off. Second link in the description. And for the full free course that I have, first link in the description. As always, thank you for watching.